Peace and blessings, beloved family. Welcome to another amazing episode of Who Naked Up in Here. I'm your host, Mr. Witz, alongside my gorgeous co-host, the phenom known as Gifted. Everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics and greet each other the way family do.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
We made it.
We made it.
Yes, we made it.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Another cycle around the 7-day work week.
Oh, yes.
Just a mic check to see if you can hear me.
Yes, we hear you, brother.
Thank you, Rich. And for those who are new, welcome. And if you would like to share, just please use the reaction button. The hand raise is at the bottom of your screen. Make sure that you raise your hands. Escape and Marianne have done so already. Again, it's under the react or reaction button at the bottom, and you will raise your hand. Shocker! Brandy! Hello, everyone!
Hey, we got you 2 weeks in a row. Come on, Brandy. Come on
Go
through.
ahead.
I know, I miss y'all.
We miss you
love and miss you too, sis. So glad you could join us. Got a few people that did DM me and told me that they'll be arriving a little later in the evening. We're gonna try to go the length of the artistry in the room. But tonight possibly will be a short evening. So if we have people popping in too late, they won't be able to share with us tonight. It's been a stretch. It's been a long transition due to the time change, along with the weather playing on our emotions. So we're just doing the best we can to work through everything and be here and be supportive to each other. So I thank you all for showing up on time. And yeah, just appreciate y'all for being a part of this circle. Okay, so like Gifted said, this is an open mic. This is a safe space to share. Everyone's allowed to voice themselves. If you feel like you're in that energy and tonight you would like to share with us, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that button, there's a raise your hand emoji. All hands that are raised will be acknowledged. And yes, everyone will get to share. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Sam Snyder. Good to see you. Everyone who's sharing is allowed to share 2 pieces, unless they're extremely short. In that case, in that manner, we allow for a little more wiggle room where you can share a little bit more. All that I ask is that you keep your mics muted while someone is speaking or sharing their art. There's a chat room that's available for you to be as active and interactive as possible. So please show homage, love, and support to the artistry all throughout the evening in that space. Once an artist finishes, you will be allowed to unmute yourselves and show some love at that moment. So with that being said, let's get the show started. As always, I have to offer to my queen, Gifted. Would you like to start us off tonight?
Sorry. No, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you. And let's get it going. I normally open up because I want people to feel comfortable and safe in here, knowing that there is no judgment, only love and support towards one another. So everyone, please unmute yourselves and show some love for Mr. Witz, the poet.
Mr. Witz, go. Go, poet.
This first piece is entitled Brow Beneath the Crown. Guess what? It's 2025, and niggas still playing Game of Thrones. with a house full of dragons. And we wonder why every Black neighborhood is still a ghetto. These idiots still fighting over whose castle gonna be the biggest. Ego is just a mansion full of overcompensated emotions, so you could fill your chest with lungs to blow out smoke till you start the fire. But you can only burn down the village Black people were meant to thrive in. And for what? A corner office with a view? A seat at the table of people who will back you? Knowing in the end of all your shenanigans, you've helped them destroy another Black community, whether it be hip hop or poetry. You aid and abet in Black separation. One day you will find your way and probably regret it. The wasted tongue use carpeting your message. No matter what you do, you have to know the workload is bigger than you, bigger than the walls of the school you think every student should walk through. Let me aware you, we were students, scholars, learning and enlightening before there were schools. The lessons in life were being fed to you before you decided to try and eat people. No matter if the taste of blood overwhelms your craving over your consciousness, you either learn to lesson or become the lesson for others by the consequences of your actions. These are the facts, and they wonder why every Black neighborhood is considered a ghetto. It's because of the mindset you won't let go. Playing Game of Thrones with a house full of dragons, yet you'll blame the white man, the triumphs of tyrants, for burning the village down. Whatever it is you think you gotta do to brow beneath the crown. And here's the second piece. It's entitled "To Poet is Criminal." Although I am a poet, I find it hard to trust poets. It's because I found their behavior to be criminal. Poets will break and enter into your private life, stick you up for your memories, hustle off your emotions at every corner of the stage. And if you dare to reclaim them, they'll gun you down with the loaded ammo they got from your opening up. Hollow tips of who you are explode upon impact, and some will swim your bloodstream just to pierce you in the heart. The art of poetry can be so villainy. Poets can take everything you say and use it against you. Mind who you weaponize with your deepest secrets. Trauma can become a poet's paraphernalia. You never really know until they need a fix, a hit, something dopamine. I've seen carjackings become performance overdoses, sexual abuse turn into verbal miscarriage. Some say a staged character assassination is an ignored cry for help. So when poets suicide themselves, I blame myself for not mentioning my inner demons, like how growing up without a father made me not want to have kids of my own someday. How fear of not being daddy enough meant me want to hear it inside my lover's throat. Maybe I should have told them how every time I watched The Wiz, I cried at how Dorothy like my mother is. Instead, I pretended to be the wizard, hoping my hot air would one day be enough to balloon her home, a safe place from all the lion, tigers, and bears. Maybe I should have told them my innermost fears. Possibly my armory of inanimacy may have kept them from harming themselves. But I got trust issues. I don't trust poets. I found their behavior to be criminal. Poets will break in and enter your private life, assassinate your character, make off with all your unglorified memories, and turn them into valuable assets, heart-wrenching heirlooms, performance pieces. A poem so touching, it has to be illegal. It feels like to poet, it's criminal.
Wow. Yeah.
I love that. That was beautiful.
Hell yeah, Wits. Hell yeah.
Thank y'all. Appreciate the love.
I
Those
love
were
both of
both.
those.
Oh, we said the same. Those are both some fire pieces, man. Listen, great lines in there. Thank you for sharing. Definitely fire.
Thank you for receiving them. I wanted to take a moment to send some love and support to Mama Betty. She said she won't be joining us tonight. She fell under the weather. So let's all keep her up in prayers and wish wellness to her. Yeah,
Definitely. Thank you. We would definitely
well,
keep her up, keep her lifted.
that's what's up. Again, I see we got some new faces in the room, so let me reintroduce y'all to the space. This is an open mic. This is a safe space to share. There's no judgment here, only homage paid to one another. If you find yourself in the sharing mood, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, there's a raise your hand emoji, and all hands that are raised will be acknowledged. And you're welcome to share 2 pieces with us, unless your pieces are pretty short. And then if they're short, then we'll have some wiggle room for you to maybe share another piece. And so with that being said, co-host, did you send me a list?
I did. It's in your text.
Thank you. And I'm looking now. Okay, beautiful. Let's keep the energy up. Remember to homage each other the way you would want to be homaged when it's your turn to share. Know that sharing is not always something that's easy to do. So when a person gives you part of them, make sure that you love on them properly. With that being said, everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics and let's welcome Escape Artists.
Woohoo! Escape! Let's go!
Go
Come
escape
on.
artists.
Escape. She not there.
Yes, I am.
Oh.
She's there.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to share 2 short pieces that I'm workshopping at the moment. Not done with them, but there were some good starts in Kelly's workshop. So here's one of them. The thing is,
Co-host, can you help me out on that mute? Somebody's unmuted.
No, that was Escape.
No, they muted themselves. Somebody was unmuted.
Yes, okay. We're good. Escape, see if you could turn up your audio a little, please.
Okay, let me, I think my headphones are with it. Okay, do you hear me now?
Yes, that's perfect. Awesome.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
All right, cool. Here we go. Okay. The thing is, I don't know when I became a bird watcher. Something about looking at these beautiful, colorful beings dance against the blue sky captures my eye. It's like they were waiting for a perfect 65-degree weather day to congregate from tree to tree. To welcome spring, they spread their lungs to decorate the air with sound, everyone sharing their own song in perfect unison. The blue jays, the robins, the mourning doves, the finches. They put on the perfect concert amidst the burning world in World War III. And I wonder if anybody else is listening or if it's just me. And how long until the fat lady sings? Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna end it there and call it a night.
I can circle back around to you if you're comfortable with that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And we totally understand. The majority of us have little ones or have had a little one at some point in our life, so we definitely understand. Y'all show some love for escape artists.
Oh, so much love. Love that opening line. And love what we were hearing. So thank you. And that includes the baby.
Man, say that. Say that.
Renee,
Yeah,
I don't like birds either, so it's okay.
oh my goodness, I just seen that in the chat. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I love birds. I love to hear them sing.
I knew them. I
I've had
know.
birds come and sit with me during so many times in my life, and it just seemed like they were sent. So I love birds, but you know, we all have our um things that we embrace and things that we would rather
Right.
do without. There's no judgment here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Grown Man Speak, good to see you tonight, brother. Thank you for tapping in. Brooklyn in the house, Miss Erica Floyd, great to see you. Thank you for coming in as well.
Hey, people.
Okay, let's move on to our next artist. Everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics once more for me, and let's welcome Marianne Peterson.
MP.
Welcome.
Oh, I love that.
Marianne.
Who said MP? Who said that?
I was about to say E too. That's what was crazy. I was about to say that and somebody beat me to it.
I love that. I love that. I don't. That's the first time I heard that, but I love it.
I think it was Grown Man Speed, wasn't it?
No.
Who said MP? Who gave her that name?
No, Gifted, you know I don't sound like that grown ass man.
Oh, goodness.
I didn't see. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
I
I
love
didn't
it.
see where it came for, and his mic was unmuted. I
I
don't know
love
if I
it.
so much heard the sound. It was the mic that I saw unmuted. Okay, thank you.
Oh, we're gonna be using that. I like that, Shaki. Great name call. Marianne, you got the floor.
Okay, this I just wrote earlier tonight. This one is called Living Flame. It was based on writing prompt. Drawing prompt was flame. It had to be 15 words at the max. I used all 15. You are a living flame in my life. You make me feel good about life. That's it for that one. And then the next thing I'll do is a song that I wrote a while ago called I Wanna Be Me. Why can't you see I wanna be me? Why can't you say you're doing fine? Why the negativity? Why not positivity? I'm an individual in my own right. I have a right to speak my mind. Have a right to be safe. I have a right to be me. The me I know is just fine. Why can't you see I wanna be me? Why can't you say you're doing fine? Why the negativity? Why not positivity? I'm an individual in my own right. Warm-hearted, not cold. I like being me. Sharing and caring is the way to be. It's all part of being me. Labels don't mean nothing. Why can't you see I wanna be me? Why can't you say you're doing fine? Why the negativity? Why not positivity? I'm an individual in my own right. This is for that one. Then the next one I'll do is called I See. I wrote a while ago as well. I see the love shining in your eyes. I see your heart right on your sleeve. I see you love me as I love you. I look forward to spending my life with you. I'm happy with you by my side. It'll be alright. Love is in the air. I see the love shining in your eyes. I see your heart right on your sleeve. I see you love me as I love you. I look forward to spending my life with you. Love makes us aware. Love makes the world go round. We need to let the love glow. Love needs to shine. I see the love shining in your eyes. I see your heart right on your sleeve. I see you love me as I love you. I look forward to spending my life with you.
Yes, thank you, Mary Ann. Y'all please open up y'all mics and show some love.
I
Beautiful.
love it. I
Very
love it.
good.
I love it. I love the I see you love me as I love you. I love that.
Thanks.
I love it. Yes.
Beautiful songs.
Thanks.
I really enjoyed the first one.
Thanks.
Let's just continue to pour into each other. Mary Ann, there's some love waiting for you in the chat. Make sure you visit that and receive that as well. Y'all show us some love one more time as we welcome in our next artist.
Woo-hoo.
Y'all keep them energy up, please. Open up your hearts and mics and let's welcome Shocky G.
Shocky.
Let's go, Shaka!
Strongman Shocky for the night. I'm sorry, I just took a big bite of food.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so his first one is a duplex home that I did in Carrie McAllister's, that's not her name, Kelly McAllister's workshop yesterday. When spring comes, the ice thaws, and they find the bodies in the river. It is the same for the forest and the walking trails. The forest and the walking trails are all the same. Everyone thinks they should be afraid of winter. Excuse me. Everyone is afraid of winter, but the worst atrocities happen in the fall. Most atrocities happen in the fall. With warmer weather comes men who carry the heat in their holsters. Men carry the heat in their holsters when warmer weather comes and swallow the cold into their hearts. Cold-hearted and cold-blooded lovers place ice in the hands of the ones they claim to love. Hand icy hearts to the ones they claim to love. But when spring comes, the ice thaws and they find all the bodies in the rivers.
Oh wow.
All right. Here's the next one. Sorry. Black on black crime is a myth. So we don't talk about it. Don't feed into the model minority ministry that says we got to be better than everyone else. But we fight everyone else for our right to live. When a black child is killed by police, my city takes to the streets. No justice, no peace. But just last week, a 7-year-old gained its wings from a bullet with someone else's name on it. And everyone stayed home, except the mother and the coroner, because Black mothers lose community when the murdered can't be martyred. My God. It seems like some 10-year-olds are more likely to catch a stray than the bus, survive school to get shot on the way home, and no one will put them in a poem and call for justice. How they go from chalkboard to chalk outline to chalk dust and forgotten. Like the gun game in America ain't rated E for everyone. They will blame the single mothers, but never the absent fathers, never the system that got them there in the first place. Sons that need to be consoled, no PlayStation, so they carry a Switch and take a life even when they don't intend to. never held accountable because we don't snitch unless there's a badge number, a camera crew, a large play out, because y'all don't respect the one that got shot. Y'all respect the shooter. The other day, standing outside a poetry spot, someone said, "That's where so and so got shot." And safe space became death sentence with me as subject and predicate. And I know that's not how it works, but it feels like it. And we all feel it, but we won't say anything. Because black on black crime is a myth we're too afraid to confront. It's crazy when our reality is also a game of fact or fiction.
Oh, thank you for that, Shocky. Y'all show her some love, please.
Shocky. Wow.
Woohoo!
Well done. Good work
Yes.
tonight. Good work
Amazing.
tonight.
Yes, absolute.
Yeah, the
I have.
scheme. Oh, I'm
Oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, man.
No,
Go
you go ahead. Mine should be last. Go ahead.
Okay. The scheme in that piece used in the video game and references was so necessary and dope at the same time, as well as heart-wrenching. It's sad that we have to live such lives and our children are in these sorts of dangers. Um, and it's so relatable because everything is a video game, and all these video games are not wrapped around fun anymore. It's like the theme for all of them is violence, so it kind of tied right into the message in that piece. So great, right?
Thank you.
And I was going to ask if you don't mind sharing a duplex poem, what exactly that is. It was
Uh,
fascinating to listen to it, but what's the theme of a duplex poem?
so a duplex poem, basically it follows a line structure of A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, and then F, A. So what it is your first line, you take 7 lines of poetry basically. Your first line and your second line are your first couplet, and then the second line becomes the first line of the next couplet, and then that third line of poetry becomes the second line of the second couplet, and then you continue that until you get to the end, and it's the last line, and then the first line becomes your last line of that last couplet. That probably sounded like way more. There you go. Jericho Braun was the person who created it, I believe, and his
Yeah.
poem was actually called Duplex. It's a great poem. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you for explaining. Thank you. Yeah.
Indeed. And thank you for joining us, Emmy. I ain't see you in the building, so it's good to see you tonight.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Witch, everyone.
So let's keep the energy up. Y'all please show some love for Shocky G one more time. And Shocky, make sure you visit the chat. You got some love waiting for you in there.
Good to hear you as always, Shocky.
Love both of those.
Thank you.
All right, I know y'all not asleep yet. Let's try to keep the energy up. Be reminded, I know it's a little late and we all dealing with the change, still trying to adjust to this new clock, so to speak. But yeah, remember you want to be loved on when it's your turn. So let's make sure that we loving on each other with that equal energy, okay? That being said, everyone please open up your hearts and your mics and let's welcome our co-host, the phenomenal Gifted.
All right. Gifted. Let's go. Let's go.
Go Gifted.
Looking forward to hearing you.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I was trying to get some more out about the duplex in case anyone wanted it. I always like to explore new things, so I was trying to share it. And I looked at the screen and I saw escape. Okay. Sorry. All right. So yeah. My bad. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all good?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Doing all right.
There we go. All right. There we some. All right. All right. Let's get some poetry out of here. Let's get some poetry. All right. I don't know why this poem was on my mind tonight, and but I'm just gonna do it. It's Dream of You. I used to dream about who my father would be. Would he be a Jello pudding pop doctor type? Black Panther underground fighting for our rights? Would he speak Spanish? Como está or French? Bonjour, como tali aujourd'hui? Like an African prince, qu'est-ce que tu fais aujourd'hui? Looking into the faces of all the passerby men in the store, at church, at the market, and TV too. Is it you? Is it you? I'd sit on the porch waiting for his arrival, open arms proud to welcome him in, to care for, protect this little girl that you see. Look deep, she's still here. That little girl is still here. Wondering what time would have meant, would have been righted to the wrongs or erased the presence of their very existence. Captain, marveling all of my pain and miseries and misdeeds that stained this frame. I know. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am. But do I? Did the apple fall far from the tree? Does the branches break off in the mud? DNA feed all the ugliness of my makeup? What part of me is him? I used to dream of you. Who my father could be, unto the realization of no matter who you were, our Father's hands created us in the design of his master plan. And it hit me. And I realized I'm right where I was meant to be. Here, doing, speaking on this screen, raising my voice and nurturing all the best parts that he allowed you to give to me. So you did your part, and now I'll do mine, walking in his purpose, allowing the dream of you to fuel my being. I used to dream of you. And that's that piece. I guess, and while we're talking about meant to be, I'll do a piece called Meant to Be, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't Thank you. Did someone say yes? I wasn't born by happenstance, but intentionally for the purpose I was meant to be here. For he makes no mistakes. Every inch of my being, fiber of my existence, beauty of my creation, I was meant to be here. Life's disappointments cripple my way. Disabilities may cast me aside. Bullying, oppression for a while. But my strength, rise through the storms of life. Stumbling along my path, circumstances will not dictate my journey because I was meant to be right here, just as I am meant to be here.
Yes, gifted.
Yes.
Beautiful, as usual. Beautiful.
Amazing, Gifted.
Well done.
Thank you all. Thank you for hearing and receiving my words.
Great as always.
Both pieces was phenomenal. It's amazing how both men and women can have daddy issues. You know, so much weight weighs on us from our parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the fact that you acknowledge that there's no accidents to who you are and why you are
Yeah.
and where you are today. So it was beautifully written. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah, show some love for Gifted one more time, please.
Great job tonight.
Gifted.
Thank you. I love you guys.
We love you too.
I love it. I love it. Let's keep this energy out, please. So, everyone, please, once more, open up your hearts and your mics, and let's welcome Jalea.
All right, welcome.
Jalea.
Welcome in, Jalea.
Welcome.
Good evening, y'all. I hope everybody is doing well. I also have my duplex poem from yesterday. And thank you, Shaki, for giving me the pattern because I was lost.
You're welcome.
Mother, may I? It's only a game. 9:30. No is the same in English and Spanish. Still, either way, I said no. It's past 9. Emptiness fallen on deaf ears, deciphering only what's in my head. My head has fallen, encompassed by thick hair, thick glasses, and thin skin. Skin, not thick, but hair to cushion the fall. Shame no silence, but it's futile. Futile silence, the shame, it do be loud. She left a spring fling for a fall wedding date. A date at the altar. He fell for me, ashy legs and all. One day to be ashes scattered at dusk. Dust. Our time to scatter about with sunburned legs. So see, it's still a game. Mother, may I? This is the second one. This is Duality of Angels. Angels exist in the midst of questioning everyone about time during those futile social interactions that have been construed by inquisitive minds of adolescents. Doubts were allowed to flourish through repetitive beating of hearts and thunderous thumping of the mind. When science faltered religion, I never lost hope, finding faith time and time again dwelling in the openness of the unseen. 444, 1010, and 1111 become nothing without reflection. To be a reflection of my own negativity, to be a reflection of my own vastness, to be a reflection of our own opulence. Angels often won't have a face or a name, but they arrive in the forefront of the shadows like warriors to mold you into greatness mere seconds before you melt into complete puddle. To be an angel is to offer yourself grace, readying yourself to fail alone, clothing your mind in abundance and a corpse wrapped in a smile, simply covering ambiguous lines that you told yourself over and over causes your wings to be clipped, body to droop. Satan was a fallen angel. We love to say, it's nothing but the devil when things go awry, to ask me why, knocking on doors of irreverent revelations. Hope is a myth and faith succumbs to fear. So you question, will I make it to heaven? Does it even exist? Vultures will take advantage of your spirit, eyes stretching over your existence to determine how easy you are to swallow. Rays from your crown begin to diminish, and the first thought you have is to lay low. To be fearfully and wonderfully made, a sweet soul for the souls of others. Be selfish, daring, and exciting. Your halo is meant to move with you because it's not only a part of you, but it's the part of you that no one can break.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Y'all please open up your mics and show some love.
Wow.
If I
Wow.
can you
Yeah, very nicely done.
can you repeat that vulture line for me, please? For us.
Vultures will take advantage of your spirit, eyes stretching over your existence to determine how easy you are to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was powerful. That was powerful piece. What was it entitled again? Angel Duality?
The duality of angels.
Duality of Angels. Beautiful, beautiful writing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Y'all show some love for Shalia one more time. And please
Let's go.
visit the chat
Yes.
and receive that love that's waiting for you there as well.
Good work, Julia. Good to hear.
Beautiful work.
Yeah.
Amazing poems, Julia.
Thank you all.
Well crafted. I can hear the work you put into it.
Indeed. We have another angel amongst us in the poetry community that always speaks of her halo. So for you to say to end it with that line of how strong that is and powerful and unbreakable it is. It just resonated there. But that was a great writer. Truly enjoyed it. Yeah, let's keep this energy moving. And everybody, please continue to show love and homage to each other. Make sure you visit the chat and receive the love that's waiting for you there. And at this time, everyone, open up your hearts and your mics once more. And let's welcome Nemo soon.
All right, Nemo.
Nemo.
Thank you.
And get after it, fella.
Hey, Nemo.
Hey. Thank you, Fu. I've got a work in progress and then a new piece. It's also a work in progress. My doctor says we mustn't get complacent and let depression stay beckoning from my bed. Shouldn't slip into somnolent complacency and let her dream my days away. He always asks me if I feel better from the last time we did this. A quick survey of the disposition of thousands of variables, and I'm just going to say what comes into my head. He'll nod because he really does care and ask if I have the same pharmacy. New pills come marching in to join the old in my daily dose. All my side effects are dancing now, twirling round on their broken axes, drugs doing the damage instead of the storm. Sometimes we have to submit to brutality to be healed and brutalize ourselves in the process. The second piece. The counting men are coming. Can you hear them counting down? Don't be caught being different now. Closing books and closing schools, closing minds with their fucking rules. Data access giving way to paywalls, pitfalls, recalls, AI footfalls. Which billionaire gives you access to the internet these days? Good channels and bad channels became pre-chewed news for baby birds, regurgitated into eager mouths, fighting to be first, to taste the tang of truth, fabricated in the fires of the fall, 'cause it's over, y'all. Crawling from the crater comes now, all compassion obliterated on impact, nobody's intact. The temple got disintegrated while we masturbated. We've been saturated with endless piles of garbage time. Podcasts broadcasting real crime in real time, 1,000,000 megabits of bullshit streaming in. You can't wave 1984 at people who haven't read it. They're busy shorting the American dream, betting hard on the crash, cutting you off in their luxury SUVs, because it's great TV going down. We like it when the funny man makes it funny. Catchphrases and catchy tunes, balloons, caricatures of the statesmen of many nations, sold out for 30 pieces of silver on the dollar, 3/5 of the way to redemption, if that, because maybe it's fucking negative. Human nature written in spaghetti code, shovelware, and nobody cares. Delivering meals to the helpless now seems heartless. And they only knew she was gone when she didn't come in for work. Who's gonna man the till while fingers probe, looking for nickels to be counted while we're dancing down, because it's time and we're dead. Thank you.
Wow. Y'all open up your mics and show some love, please.
That was just amazing. Both pieces, but the counting men really just brings such awareness and such awakening. So thank you.
It really tugged at my heart.
You know, Nemo, one thing that I have enduringly admired about what you do is the way that you have a way of finding an opportunity for a pun, but turning it into something that most people would not regard. I think people think of puns sometimes as sort of humorous or whimsy, and you just take a syringe and draw all the sweetness out of a pun and just show all of the dark parts of the other meanings for phrases and words. And it's something that's been evident in a lot of your work, and I just love hearing it.
Thank you, Rich.
You're welcome,
Thank
man.
you, everyone, for your feedback.
Nemo.
Great work as always, Fool. You always dig deep. Like Rich said, you always give us something more to think about. The thing, that message. Yeah, you definitely know how to established in the heart, brother. Appreciate your shares and your eye-opening efforts. Y'all show some love to Nemo one more time, please. And do make sure you visit the chat and receive the love that's waiting for you there.
Great work, man.
That's what's up. Yeah, let's keep the energy up, everybody. Remember to keep pouring into each other. We're an hour in. Looks like we will get that early evening that we've been asking for. I think I feel like we can all use that extra rest. But I do appreciate you all showing up to be supportive of the space and each other. With that being said, everyone, please open up your heart and your mics and let's welcome Rich Boucher.
All right.
Rich,
All
yeah.
right, all right.
Hey, it's so good to see you all and to hear you all tonight. This is so I'd been thinking about, I don't know if anyone in this room paints, but if you paint or if you're familiar with color theory and you know that ochre is a color that's sort of a weird mustardy mix between yellow and orange, kind of rusty colored. And I'd been thinking about that, and this wasn't from a prompt. I just let myself put my hands on the wheel, but close my eyes and drive and see where the poem would take me. So this poem is called Wherever There's Ochre. Many have claimed that dreams are wasted time, but I don't like the many. I like the few. I wake up with large new muscles occasionally from dreaming real hard about trying to escape a murderer or someone whose grammar I corrected in public. I wake up reeking of filth occasionally because an alley to run into where there's garbage to hide behind is one way that God or fate provides. When you go to sleep, you're putting an awful lot of trust in the idea that you'll be the same person when you wake up. Case in point, I dreamed so vividly once about Van Gogh that I woke up missing an ear, but also with a newfound appreciation for whatever's cerulean, whatever can be verdigris, wherever there's ochre. Can you trust my dreams? I don't know how to answer that. I dreamed of you so hard once that I woke up with your hair in my mouth, and when I looked out the window, I was suddenly the next door neighbor to a graveyard full of pregnancy tests. I dreamed of you so hard that I woke up with a pair of your panties clutched in my hand, and they were still warm and damp, and I don't know if these are tears of joy or what. I dreamed of you so hard once that I woke up feeling your cramps and totally sympathizing with every complaint you have about me. It's probably against the law for me to say anything like that. I know it's against the law to be bored by someone else's dream. Would you like to know something that I really mean? It should also be against the law to tell a stranger to let that sink in. That kind of arrogance makes me Gacy, makes me Bundy for real. When someone tells me that or means that at me, I get ready to fight. I'm so ready to chingasso a fool. Relax. The language of love is full of violence, just in case you've never heard of Valentine's Day. I dreamed so long I had time to learn Spanish and became so fluent in it that I could sueño or gritar my way out of a multa de aparcamiento as if I wasn't crecido enough to handle my own debris. They call it awake because awake is what we leave behind. We're not paying you to stand around and dream, said the manager of that stinky red retail store where I worked until I quit, moments before I launched into a roundhouse kick that sent him slow-mo into the next world, and he was bleeding long before my intelligent foot made contact with his jaw. I gave up on following on my dreams, but you can follow them if you want. Tell them I said hello. Which brings me to what I forgot to tell you. Sometime in the 3rd or 4th hour of last night's dream, an old man in his mid to late 80s stopped me in an aisle at the neighborhood supermarket and thanked me for wearing a white shirt and tie. He told me that he was probably a dinosaur for missing the time when men wore white shirts and ties, and I told him he surely wasn't, and that I longed for the return of those days also. He seemed on the verge of tears with happiness at how I was dressed. He clapped me on the shoulder and thanked me, and I hugged him and kissed him on his cheek the way you're supposed to when you have French in your blood. And we stood there and embraced like that for 4 minutes, while a camera mounted on a dolly revolved around us, catching all this love while the music on the PA system switched from whatever Pink sings to the ink spots. Suddenly, realizations sound like needles scratching loudly on circular vinyl. A lot of us are circular. No way around it. Make of that and him and me what you will. As best as I can figure, by the end of the dream, circumstances provided that I was pedaling as fast as I could on a 1985 BMX bicycle, and the bedsheets got snagged up in the chain and gears of the bike, causing tension strong enough to rubber band launch me up and off the bed. I woke up airborne, in the posture of a bike rider, and my blurry eyes only just caught at the last moment that I was sailing towards the wall before I slammed into it. And that's why my back hurts. Thanks.
Amazing piece. Amazing.
Rich, every time you take my breath away. Your delivery, the precision of your blows, the precision of the blows of your pen. Very, very impressive.
Thank you so much for that. You know that means a lot to me, so thank you.
You take my breath away because you're so handsome.
Thank you.
Could I ask you to do the Spanish lines again?
The Spanish line? Sure. Yeah, let me bring that up. And before I read it, I will just say, just so you know, this is probably sort of bogus textbook high school Castilian Spanish, and not like Spanish that's spoken conversationally in normal worlds, but this is what I was able to come up with. So let me get to that line. Okay. Okay. I dreamed so long I had time to learn Spanish and become so fluent in it that I could sueño and or gritar my way out of a multa de aparcamiento as if I wasn't crecido enough to handle my own debris.
Translation, please.
It hits better the second time I heard it.
Thank you. Translation is I became so fluent that I could dream or guitar my way out of a a parking ticket, as if I wasn't crecido enough, tough enough, verifiable enough, credible enough to handle my own debris.
Wow. Wow. Phenomenal, brother. Did you have another one you wanted to share?
Sure. Yeah, I do. Let me bring it up here. Okay, so this one here, let me pull it up. I have it on my desktop. Sorry. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. This one just got published. There's a magazine in Philadelphia. It's based out of Philly, and it's called Cul-de-sac of Blood. And what they do is they publish work that's centered on horror, and you can take that any way you want. psychological, medical horror, body horror. And this is one of the 3 poems that they published of mine. And it's called It's Okay to Be Afraid Sometimes. My bedroom, let me start that over again. My microphone was doing something weird. Okay. My bedroom shares a wall with my neighbor, a woman I don't know and have never seen. The headboard of my bed is right up against a wall through which I hear a lot of things I can't understand. Sometimes I have to tell myself to remember that heaven is supposed to be a nice place. Beverly at the rental office told me the new neighbor's name was Myrna, and that she's new, just moved in a week ago, and that Myrna sure seemed like a nice girl, and that I should look forward to some peace and quiet after all that stuff with the last neighbors. I only know what I know about Myrna because I went to the office yesterday to ask about the noises I've been hearing for the last several days. On Myrna's first night here, 7 days ago, I heard the sound of a match being struck at about 1 in the morning, and the sound was so loud that I turned around thinking someone had snuck into my place. But it was her, and just after the match strike I heard a laugh so bitter as to make me feel ashamed of myself for no reason. I remember when the priest told me it's okay to be afraid sometimes. On Myrna's second night here, 6 days ago, again about 1, a power drill revved up for a second real loud, then that laugh, then a whimper from a different voice from the first. I was scared, but I banged on the wall to remind her of the time. And at that I heard a fast gasp, and then I heard nothing. The clock on the wall watched me not sleep the rest of the night. The night after that, I heard shattering glass, like someone took a big pipe to a mirror. Another bitter, resigned laugh. Each night since then, a match strike promptly at 1 a.m. More hateful laughter, more whimpering from the voice that wasn't the one doing the laughing. What am I supposed to do? I'm only 10 years old, and I shouldn't have to deal with this, and I can't do everything by myself. I wish Mom and Dad would come back to me from heaven. Thank you.
Man, phenomenal, man. Y'all please open up your mics and show some love.
Yeah, that last line hit.
Right. Same
Wow.
thing like the last poem. It's the last lines, like, boom.
Thank you.
Hard. So much
You
was
know,
wrapped up in there, Rich. So much. One thing that really set out with me, and I think it's because of the time change and how restless I've been. Um, the line where you said the clock on the wall watched you not sleep for the rest of the night. It feels like it's been that way since Saturday. Um, and I'm still trying to catch up on that much needed rest. Yeah, but powerful piece, heart wrenching ending. Wow.
thank you. You know, Mr. Witz, you know when you're writing a poem and there's a moment when it hits that there's a turn that you didn't plan on in the poem, and it becomes this great opportunity for you to like take the poem into some direction.
Mhm.
And I mean, I totally did not plan on writing the poem from a point of view of a 10-year-old abandoned child, or orphaned child, I should say. And yeah, it's a turn I'm happy with.
Yeah. It resonated. I mean, I think you tapped into the child in all of us, and just to the sympathy that's felt for, you know, a 10-year-old to be without the parental guidance and love and support of those who brought him into the world, him or she, you know, however it was perceived, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah, it's this is, I swear this is not to pat myself on the back, but I when you write something, when you write a poem and there's a layer to it that you didn't really think about or didn't plan on, but somebody else tells you about it when they hear you do the poem, like I didn't think ahead of time to make Beverly, the woman at the rental office, completely oblivious about Myrna. She just thinks Myrna's a good girl, and there's no other. That's as far as she thinks about it. I don't know. I had fun with it.
Yeah, you did great,
Gifted,
man. Yeah,
Gifted,
it's
you're.
so,
I see Gifted putting in the lines from my poem in here. Thank you. That's awesome of you to do that.
and it's okay to be proud of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Never take your hand off your back. Continue to praise yourself, but every time you can push yourself. Because as far as I'm concerned, and I may not be 100% correct about this, but I feel like right now you're using God's given gifts and his messages. So whenever he utilizes you and chooses you to be the one to bring that to life, be grateful. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
homaging that you can be that instrument. So I don't see no wrong in it, bro.
well, thank you, Mr. Witz. I appreciate it. While I am not, my parents were devout. They were believers, and I, I have the maybe arrogant conceit to think that some of their grace has fallen by accident onto me. I put a link in the chat for everybody who, if you want to see it, that link in the chat is the page where they've published my poems. The magazine's called Cul-de-sac of Blood. And if you like horror, they have tons of work in there about horror. So visit it late at night if you want.
Well, again, congratulations for that. I think that's dope. And Gifted is still putting lines in. Oh, she's putting my line in. I thought that was from your poem. But thank you, love. Again, shit, I'm grateful that he could use me as well. You know, y'all show some love for Rich Boucher one more time.
Rich.
Rich.
Always awesome, brother. Always awesome. All right. I think this is the first time I'll be able to announce this gentleman in this space, but glad to have him here. So everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics and let's welcome Sam Snyder.
All right. Let's
Welcome.
Oh,
Hi.
Oh, female. I'm sorry. I said
That's
gentleman.
okay. No, I think that was funny.
She said that was funny. I apologize. You wasn't on the screen, so I didn't know
That's
how.
okay.
Yes, but so grateful to have you here with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, this is the first like Zoom open mic I've done. So I'm excited to be here and I'm loving hearing all you guys. So thank you for sharing. So I'm from Ohio. I'll just go ahead and do like yeah, this is a more recent one I've written. I actually like Monday mornings, so yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. I would get married on a Monday morning. Love letters once whispered only in the halls of my mind, now a sermon at the end of the aisle. Blessings by the select few who saw attendance. Monday mornings are the taste of rebirth in a cake. On Tuesday, imagine a heavenly 12-foot composition, an unmatched rendering of God's greatest work, a portrait of her left
with enough stamina and motivation to build an army, conquer nations, and still come back to her bed, hungry for her for hours. Wednesday is the peace of God. If you've never met my woman, you've never seen divine light radiating past you for the masses, a savior in the form of a mentor. You can see the waves of silk and chiffon trailing behind her that she's not even wearing when the kids look to her. Jaws slack like the incomprehensible is tangible. Thursday is the summit. The men she commands at her feet, catatonic in all of the philharmonic, her words are call for reflection. Her posture unwavering and evidence undeniable. She's not a powerhouse for satisfaction of sexual desire. She's the collection of a million memoirs caught fire. The rage of a woman called demonic, her words still lost to their gazes. A man's delusion too chronic. She rampages the land despite it, a mission for girls taught to quiet. Friday is a holy day. She sits with a book a while, rests a given, no explanation or expectations. Simply put, she knows she belongs there. I look to serve her, crafting and manipulating a plate of earthly treasures. She doesn't accept it lightly. She reminds me, tells me a story about a person so kind and so giving, yet so blind and unforgiving. She talks to me and about me like our meeting was nothing shy of divine intervention. Friday nights are a reminder from her that I'm worthy. Come Saturday afternoon, there's a presence. I admire her fluidity and even humility. It's rare, but it's just like her to consider the perspectives, to know it's no fault of her own. Judgment passed so swiftly, corrected through the ebb and the flow of family history. When Sunday arrives, what is there left to do but let the sun sink in? Her love of the way the rays touch my skin, lying before her in vulnerability is all I've imagined and more. I've never verbalized the same sentiment. Of course, I think it, but this is how I know I can give commitment. I know I want a Monday morning wedding. And that's the end of that poem. I did not think of exactly what I was going to do next, but I'm going to do sorry, my list is chaotic.
It's fine. Take your time. That piece was gorgeous.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Okay, so I have a museum or monastery. Apartments filled with grave sites, whispers of undead memories, and phantom heartache. Death is never a surprise, and memorials are always miscommunication. Illness a mindset, and communion never offered. I've never hired a preacher, but I've met loved ones as corpses in my hallways. Shadows of eclipsed skies from nowhere near the sun, possessed and plagued by possibilities. The smell of perfume and charm is unwavering. They call them bittersweet memories, and it's sometimes I find envy. I can feel the grips from the handshakes of where men once were, women that was, and the artist that sold their intimacies. I never noticed the material scratched until I bled. It's the family that refuses facades, friends that not just kiss my wounds, but my calloused ass too, taking the time, taking the moment, my craft, taking my 20s for the exchange of privilege, the ought to of his expertise, her laughter and projected patience, a seat, a stool, or a scrap of carpet, the grass for my chance to witness the beauty and the blessing of presence when family is fallible by blood, when brotherhood is broken as easy as a bone. If I ever stand, let alone upright, then I will chance seeing compassion through tears outside of a mirror. Thank you.
Oh, so glad you joined us. Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful work.
Yes, great job. Great job.
Wow.
Thank you.
Please come back.
Yeah,
Right, that part.
powerful lines, some powerful lines.
How did you find out about us?
So there was an open mic on Instagram, Trauma Dump and like Wellness Dump by C's. I don't know what her name is, but CEEZ. Yeah, I saw they reposted it, the flyer. But yeah, I just wanted to check it out. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. We so glad you came, and know that we're here every Wednesday. Um, the meeting is different. It's always a different code to get into the room. So as long as you're following myself or Gifted or someone in the room, we get a lot of reshares to bring attention to this space, and you're always welcome. We're so glad you came, and yeah, bring your puppy back too. Apparently, he or she got some poetry inside of it, and that they want to share as well. So we're here for it.
Yeah, there's 2 of them, so they're going hard right now. Thank you
So
for
they're
having
having
me.
a slam.
And thank you. I want to say thank you too, Sam. Sam, great to hear you. And I'm so the craft that I'm hearing tonight from all these poets. You know, it's such a thing to be able to hear that somebody labored over a poem. You know, that's just something that you can. I forget the expression. There's some expression. There's some expression it has to do with academics. You know, hide your work in math, show it in English, or maybe I have that backwards. Somebody will know what the expression is. But I love that it's evident that you can see that work and hear it.
Thank you. I'm definitely gonna come back to give you a piece also, because you said something about I can't so I have a line that says I can't do it by myself, and it was similar to one of your lines. And so I thought that was really interesting. So I'm gonna be back with that one for sure.
Very good, cool. And be looking forward to hearing it.
So I love it. I love it when we inspire each other to continue to, be great. Just be great. Y'all show Sam Snyder some love one more time.
All right, Sam.
Great job. Great job. We're
Yeah.
in number 4.
And your 2 dogs.
Woo!
And your
Yes.
2 dogs.
Okay, the C's. I know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who that is. I didn't
That was great.
I didn't connect with it when you said it, but seeing it on the in the chat, I know who that is. So awesome. We'll thank them for getting you over here and connecting you with us. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right. So
Miles and Benz.
let me spin
Nice.
back one time before we move forward. Escape, are you ready for us?
Yeah, I can try. You'll probably hear a bunch of little giggles because this guy's wide awake, but we'll try to get through it. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's just ad lib. So y'all please open up your hearts and minds.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
welcome back
Come on.
Escape artists.
Featuring the baby. Come on.
Right, that part.
This is a piece I'm workshopping. I'm not finished with it. Here we go. When I saw him sign those executive orders, I understood what had just happened. They handed him the codes, and he activated it. That was no ordinary writing utensil. That was a nuclear weapon. And the world is about to feel the explosion. First, the marginalized people, then the people of color, the immigrants, the animals, the criminals, and you may think to find yourself exempt. So one day, you utter a word removed from the dictionary, and your need for freedom of speech will turn your feet into hooves or paws, and you will find yourself caged. That's all I got so far, but I'm still working on it. I like where it's going, though. I just don't know where it's going, but I like what I got. I think I'm just going to do that one. And thanks for doubling back around. I appreciate it.
Of course, we love
Good
you, and
piece.
it's always great hearing you, and your imagery is always fascinating to us. So, I love how you find ways to do exactly what your name it says. You know, escape these. It's kind of like you paint yourself into these walls and always find an exit. Um, yeah, your thought process is brilliant, and I can't wait to hear that piece once you finish it. Y'all please show us
Thank
some
you for the
love.
compliment.
Talking about
Great
what's
work,
up.
Escape. So good to hear you. Good to hear you again. We keep running into each other at all these literary events, and I'm really happy about that and my opportunities to hear you.
Yes, I'm enjoying your work a lot too. I really like your writing style and like how you mix fantasy and fiction and things like that. I really enjoy that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome, and no space is bigger than the art. So continue to share these spaces so that we all can find ourselves in the company of. So shout out to Shaki G. I see she said she has a workshop tomorrow at 7:30, and it's $7 this week. Um, Discussing, referring to, or paying homage to another artist's work. So that's pretty dope. Um, is there a link, or how do we do? Do we DM you? How do we get in touch with and make that work?
Oh, yeah, I could put the link in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and again, if there's any other spaces, feel free to share them in a group chat, and yeah, let's make sure that we loving on each other beyond the screens. You know, and as I always say, if there's someone that you haven't seen in a while, it's probably that one you need to check on and make sure that they're doing okay. All right. With that being said, let's keep it going. Seems we have two more artists, unless there's someone in here who hasn't shared that wants to share with us tonight. Now's your time to reach down to that reaction button, get your hand raised, or put in the chat that you would like to share if you can't do so, so that we make sure we acknowledge you as the night closes out. With that being said, everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics and let's welcome M.A. Dennis.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in, and
Thank
looking
you.
forward to hearing you.
Thank you. Number one, exalted. All praises due to the Most High. Hands raised until the roof catches fire. Elijah, Jeremiah, Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. We don't need no water. Let the mothership blasting Parliament Funkadelic burn down Babylon with its booster shot engines, burnt offerings, the scent of fish fried hard, the odor of family friendly lynchings, topped off with kerosene, trapped in the fabric of the American dream. On Elm Street, property values went down after a brown skinned man named Freddy Krueger moved in. Number two, spread, bald, eagled. Freedom spread her legs for me in the shape of a bee, showed me the promised land, told me to come get up in it, claim it, put my name on it. I tried to go deep, fuck myself free, escape the tendency to always get fucked. Freedom spread her legs for me, wide, sea to sea, shining, desiring to come inside her liberation. I'm tired of being screwed. Unrighty-tighty me. Let me loose. Let me release. I can see freedom. Legs spread, waiting, beckoning. And I want in. I want in. Number three, oils. In the you all know what I'm trying to say. In the dermatology products aisle, I look for skincare treatment designed for oily skin. On a Sunday in March, I entered church like a lamb and came out lion-like. The pastor Mufasa'd me, called me to the altar, anointed my 5 head with oil. A 5-head is when you have a 4-head so big, no fitted cap fits, and one size fits all is Satan, a lie. There's a thin line between self-deprecation and low self-esteem. Anoint me with good courage. Anoint me with self-worth. Give me the oil, vegetable, avocado, palm, Crisco, Wesson, Mazola. Anoint me with a trail of tears. Anoint me with transatlantic waters. Anoint me with oils, Garden of Eden snake oils, Renaissance painting oils. Just anoint me. Bless me. This is my prayer as I anoint my egg rolls with hot chili oil.
Uh, shit. The transition from one poem to the next, you really got us fucked up tonight. Um, One line that really stuck out for me was the scent of fish fried hard versus the odor of a
Family,
lynching.
family friendly lynchings.
Thank you, thank you. I couldn't put the words together, but ooh, ooh, and yeah, I'm not even gonna speak on that second piece. I'm gonna leave that for the ladies. But yeah, you definitely put a set together real quick. That was powerful, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, that was such a impact into the land where it landed. Just such good work, and I love that this dreamy admixture of the real politic and the national politics with sort of libidinous, frisky stuff going on in there. That whole mix is, I'm just thinking, it's like listening to Deltron 3030 outside of a strip club as people are hoisting banners in the air for the revolution. Just good stuff, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You bet.
Indeed. This is an open mic space, but listening to that set makes me wanna do a feature scheme. Like maybe we'll put a couple of people from our space and let them feature and still have space for an open mic. So I may look to do something like that. I'm gonna talk with my co-conspirator on how to bring that to life and see if that's something doable and still suitable for everyone who likes to come in, share and listen to other shit. So if that works, I may be hitting up a few of you to see what your schedule's looking like and see how you feel about doing a feature set for us.
That sounds like a great idea.
We'll make it up.
Before I go, Mr. Wish, I wanted to say, so Gifted Ass was that 2 pieces of one. And I'm glad you said pieces because I want to give credit to Brooklyn in the House, Erica, because she inspired me. So actually, they're actually pieces, but not pieces as in when you would say like a poem is a piece. Those are just pieces. Like these are just fragments. I don't know what to do with them yet. So the reason I said it's inspired by Brooklyn in the House is because I specifically made a book. This is just containing these pieces. So those just happen to be the first 3 pieces that I put into the book.
Wow.
Because me
Okay.
and Erica were having a
Yeah.
discussion about what do you do with, you find a piece of paper and there's something good on it, but it's not a whole piece.
Right.
And then the whole play on that, right? A piece versus a piece,
Mm.
So,
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
and last but
And
not least, I want to say thank you, Mr. Witch, to you and to Gifted just for providing this space.
thank you.
It's an amazing space, and I want to just pay respect to it. I get a lot of inspiration. I even had to in the back because I'm using new composition book for this pieces, but because of something you said, Mr. Witch, when you said never take your hand off your back, I realized I have to go to the back of the book and make like notes. Like I got to make notes about things I want to write about because
Wow.
that's a
Nice.
dope quote, and I want to write something about that. Never
Nice.
take your hand off your back.
Man,
Yeah,
praise be
it's
to the
very
Most
nice.
High. I don't think those words ever came out of my mouth, but they were inspired by what Rich was saying about himself. So, like I said, man, we all instruments of God, and when He uses us, when He put that message in us, it's our duty to spread the word, man. So,
Amen.
I can't wait to see what you do with that, bro. And I'm definitely like that set that you just did, even though you say that they're just pieces, like um I'm gonna use Nemo for an example because he's a perfect example of how you can compress thought into into small phrases
Right, micro pieces.
and they
Yeah,
can be complete. You know,
yeah, absolutely.
sometimes we overdo ourselves um trying to extend the work, and it's not always necessary. And I think you definitely hit the nail on the hit the hammer on the nail tonight with your work, man. So
Yes, absolutely. I
yeah,
agree.
and shout out to Brooklyn in the house for helping to inspire um the design, shall I say,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
what's to come. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, we'll be waiting to hear from them. Right?
I try. I try.
Man, you do more than try. You know you do. Yeah,
Great work tonight. Great work, May.
that's what's up.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And there's some love waiting for you in the chat, so make sure you get that as well. Y'all show M.A. Dennis some more love.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Yes.
great
Very well
read.
done. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's up. And again, we have somebody special in here, because this is our first time I'll be able to shout their name in this space. So y'all welcome our next new family member, Wall Poet. Did I say
Hey,
that
what's
right?
up? Yeah,
Welcome,
you said it right.
Valde.
Okay, all right. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Thank
Let's
you for
go,
joining
poet.
us, family.
Welcome
All
to
right.
the
Welcome,
space.
welcome.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got two pieces for y'all. All right. First one is not your typical poet. I am not your typical poet. I don't speak only in rhyme, and bongos don't magically appear when I have something important to say. I am not your typical poet. Poems don't just come to me after viewing the constellations, nor do I have the urge to live amongst the trees. I am not your typical poet. I don't have an MFA, but I do have enough poetic vision to fill up a Thanksgiving Day parade float. I am not your typical poet because typical poets may find my writing to be shallow, selfishly focusing on myself when I should be writing about nature and the spiritual being. See, my poems are mostly grounded in reality, except when words like ladybugs crawl up my arm and rest on my shoulder, waiting for the perfect time to cannonball jump on the page or interrupt me when I'm eating empanadas de queso at 8 a.m. on a Saturday. And sometimes these words don't let me sleep, prying my eyes open in the middle of the night and forcing me to create art that only other atypical people will appreciate. And maybe that's who I choose to write for, create for, bare my soul for. People who have had doors slammed in their face time after time, but refuse to stop trying, believing, and dreaming. People who don't know how to be anything else but themselves, because at the end of the day, maybe we shouldn't want to be typical. And just maybe we should just want to be original instead. All right. And then I got one more. So that's a shorter piece.
Okay,
And then I got another one.
You ate with that.
All right. Thank you. All right. Next one in the fourth grade. In the fourth grade, I was as tall as a tree stump, and a kid the size of a sequoia was my personal bodyguard because my grandmother paid him weekly in Rocky Road ice cream. In the fourth grade, I moved to a new school where kids cared if your clothes were fresh to death and used to always get asked, "You didn't wear that shirt on Monday, right?" And in the fourth grade, my gray sneakers with a backwards Nike logo and air bubble that my mom got me from Payless had kids asking me, "What are those?" before kids were actually asking, "What are those?" In the fourth grade, I went from listening to Guns N' Roses and Def Leppard to Naughty by Nature and Black Sheep. In the fourth grade, Foursquare and dodgeball games were legendary, and I developed cat-like reflexes to avoid a red rubber ball smashing into my face in front of a crowd of kids who would talk about it for at least a week. In the fourth grade, I had pizza on Fridays, and I used to wash it down with chocolate milk that I drank from a tiny straw. And in the fourth grade, I mastered my multiplication tables and presented my book report dressed as the main character to the entire class, complete with an oversized suit, fake glasses, and a drawn-on mustache. In the fourth grade, I hadn't met poetry just yet, but had already discovered how reading your words aloud could create a spotlight over your head and pull your audience forward like magnets, forcing them to pay attention. In the fourth grade, my teacher told my parents, Wiley's very creative, but gets distracted way too easily. And in the fourth grade, I wasn't awful at school just yet. I just knew it took me longer to get work done and used to often find my homework crumpled up like treasure maps at the bottom of my book bag. I also knew I'd be good at something one day, just didn't know what. And many years later, I somehow became a teacher, and I somehow became an expert at finding the creativity in disorganization and the determination and defiance. Because now that I teach fourth graders, it's almost like I can see a reflection of myself, and I'm able to see fourth graders differently from everybody else. It's as if I have my own personal time machine, because I'm able to see fourth graders as artists, actors, teachers, and maybe even poets. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That second piece, the way you listen, my favorite shape is a full circle. So that was I love how you just brought that all together. Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely ate. It's so much in the chat, so much love and support, for you sharing right, tonight, man. Who brought you to us? We need to know.
For like the past months, I've been doing these open mics. So I'm not sure if maybe I might have gotten this from the Slam Jam, because I go to the Slam Jam sometimes as well. But I know I follow you, and I know I've seen your ad for at least a couple of weeks, and I was like, let me check it out. And this week, I'm finally starting to hit different places that I normally don't go to. So just kind of fun to hit different spots. And I appreciate being here. I appreciate hearing everybody's work. It's great. So thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining the family, and you definitely went in tonight.
Thank you.
And so much came from the fourth grade. I'm glad that you chose that particular route. When I was young, I had a trauma experience where, during a game where boys chased the girls,
Okay.
I had fell on my head and I ended up with amnesia.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was in the fourth grade for me. So
Okay.
fourth grade was a transitional grade for myself as well. And like yourself, coming from a family that didn't have much. So I won't say that it was a bully situation, but it still was moments of it. Inequity, not feeling um up to par with the rest of my classmates or whatever, however you have it. So yeah, that piece really resonated with me, and I'm so glad that you brought it back and said how you flipped that. You took that energy and you poured it right back into those who need it most, which is our youth. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and I believe there's love for you in the chat. So make sure you go back and you receive that. Y'all show some love for World Poet one more time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great
Yes.
job.
Come
Welcome.
back.
Great
Great
job.
Good
job.
to hear you.
Again,
Please come
welcome
back.
to the
Please
space.
come back.
Yes, indeed. All right, cool. Getting down to our last ones. Yes, that was two pieces that he shared. So yeah. With that being said, let's keep this energy flowing. Everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics and let's welcome Grown Man Speed.
Oh man.
My friend.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yes.
Here we go.
There you go. You're
And,
coming in now.
am I coming in now?
Yes, yes.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you guys. I was in the office and I had some poems written down and typed up and everything, but I ain't in the office no more. So I'm gonna just say what I gotta say. What's up, good people?
Hey now.
3 poems about life, love, and reality. 1, simply show them all shade until deemed worthy of receiving your light. Do not take this action out of spite. It is more an act of self-preservation, because sometimes it's better to be a nation of one. 2, epiphany. We play with people's hearts too much, always acting like they're bulletproof. We say, I love you, and then lie to their face in the broad daylight, only to shut off the lights and speak the truth, always acting like they're bulletproof. We play with people's hearts too much. 3, teardrop, a haiku. Have you ever felt a teardrop from your third eye? Asking for a friend. 3 poems about life, love, and reality. I appreciate y'all.
Oh man, you did not just do that. Wow, that was phenomenal, bro. Yo,
Absolutely.
man said, have you ever felt a teardrop from your third
That
eye?
got me. That was the one that got me. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all. I really do.
Woo,
I
that was
really do.
wicked. I love it.
Thank
I
you.
love it. Thank you, brother. Thank you for popping in on us.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you.
Y'all show
Did you
some
hit the other
love.
one?
Oh man, and there's some love waiting for you in the chat. So make sure you go back and you receive that as well, bro. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Good work. Mr. Witz, could I make an announcement?
But of course.
I put this in the chat and I'm going to add it back into the chat here. If anyone's interested, there's a Kansas poet. Their name is Davey Nickel. They're an amazing writer. And Davey and I just released an album together, and that link is in the chat.
Hey.
I am doing the soundscape and music to augment and amplify Davey's words, and all the poetry is Davey's. The record is called Raw Honey and Risky Smoke. It's just
Wow.
$5 for the whole record, and it's something that we're both really proud of. Thanks. Just right there in the link if you're curious.
Man, that's what's up. Congratulations on that, Rich. You just got your hands in on so much right now. It's an honor, man. I'm proud of you.
That means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you.
I know last week, I believe when you came in, you was telling us you were playing with sounds with the ukulele.
Yeah, I've been learning some songs from the 80s. I think I was serenading at the beginning of the last meeting. I have a ukulele. Her name is Julia, and she's right there in the corner of this room where I'm in. And you're supposed to name your instrument. If you have a guitar or a stringed instrument, you got to give her a name. And her name is Julia. And in fact, today we learned, speaking of 80s chestnuts, we learned Overkill by Men at Work. There we are.
Awesome. That's pretty dope. It reminds me of BB King and Lucille. So yeah, I like that concept of naming
I
it.
was so hoping you'd know that. I figured you might know that because if anyone knows BB King, that means they kind of have to know that Lucille, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. Dope, bro. Dope. Congratulations. And we're going to check you out, man. We're going to check you out. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. And really, just groove on the stuff that Davey is doing is it's a change up, it's a head fuck, it is fearless, and it is musical poetry.
That's what's up. Oh wow. Your grandma name's Lou said, wow, wow. That's pretty beautiful, bro. Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. I think we got one or two more artists. If there's anybody who hasn't shared yet, now's your time. Please get those hands raised or put in the chat that you would like to share. As we are coming to our close for this evening. With that being said, everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics and let's welcome Brooklyn in the house. As you see her, Miss Erica Floyd.
Okay, where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?
Go, Brooklyn!
Can you
Brooklyn
guys
in
hear
the
me?
house.
Hey.
Not
Yes,
only
we
can I hear
can.
you, not
Yes.
only can I hear you, I'm jealous of your voice.
Oh, you cannot even. Now that I know you have an album, I just don't know. I don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, this is fresh ink for real. I'm still working on it. I'm like, if Escape can do it, I guess I gotta try to be brave. It's based on a 8-word prompt from Ramrock Speaks. I had to try to include these words: tiptoe, insect, government, along, whispers, watch, shadow, and sick. It is not titled. I'm still working on it. How dare I desire a place where order resides, where exasperated whispers of indignation override, though we shall overcome someday, having to bridle its rage like Norbert's response to Rasputia. Can you feel it? A foreboding of dread filling the air, bracing ourselves for the impact, for a legion of locusts like insects unleashed. No immunity to the sickness they'll release. Even Big Pharma is powerless to this. Inoculations to this pandemic has now reached a date of expiration, shut down by a nemesis whose only vice is confusion among the masses. Great is just a duplicitous twist of what was and what's to come, manifesting his manifesto for shock value. Publicity, albeit negative, he welcomes. Can't tiptoe through those two lips. They fire at will from his mouth, since all he knows is firing. His ammo has yet to run out, considering dodging drafts is on his resume, so the irony isn't lost on me. From 45 to 47, Konami code implemented. Can't convince me to the contrary, since his progression is nothing short of astonishing. Colorful metaphors drip regurgitated sins of forefathers past, delivering its promise. Projects seemingly formidable, built with its brick and mortar. Location 2025, MAGA Boulevard, with its eau de toilette scented elevated propaganda, commingling with incinerated spew, in dire need of gentrification. Civility, a mere shadow of its previous potential, powerless as I meander along watching this train wreck of government, wondering, what can I possibly do since we are far from united? And that is at peace.
Powerful, powerful.
Right.
Powerful.
Did a great job getting those different words in there. That was a challenging mix of words.
Thank you. It is.
Remind me that
Erica.
remind me that if I ever become a leader of a country, like a small country or a big one, to never get on Erica's bad side.
Thank you.
And by the way, Erica, Konami code.
I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to say I love during the course of a night how two people who obviously wrote things at different times and they had no knowledge of each other, that somehow they will still have references. So Shocky G had, the thing with all of the different video games. So that for Erica to also now reference, and then you, Rich, with I think you had the 10-year-old, and Shocky G had the 10-year-old. So I always enjoy those kind of things where the universe lets these things, these coincidences happen.
I love that too. That's the synchronicity of it, right? I mean, it's an interesting playing of the odds where we all get to win.
Yeah, that energy is transcending and it's amazing. Well, it happens here often. Now that you noticed it, pay attention to it, and you'll see it so often. It happens during the share of artistry. It happens during the homage that's paid within the chat. You'll see a lot of people tapping in on the same energies, almost at the same time, and it's just beautiful to see that 360. Like we truly come together within this space, and I'm sure this isn't the only space that it happens in, but it's something great to be a part of. Erica, you got one more piece?
Oh, I was just going to spit one for the sake of time, since it is a little after 11 o'clock and someone needs to go to bed. I'm talking to you.
I mean, I'll get there,
Yeah, I'm just trying to be considerate of your time.
I appreciate it, but I'm also considerate of yours. You've been here from the beginning. I wouldn't cut you short. If there's more you want to share tonight, the floor is yours.
Trying to see if do I have anything real
That
quick.
man ain't going to sleep. As soon as they close the Zoom down, Gifted gonna call him. And they gonna
But that's
talk
the
for
whole
3
point. I
hours.
want him to have what you call it, quality time.
Yeah.
I love how Shocky's coming in with the busting of the chops there. I love it.
Yeah, she just busting everybody.
She's just
Grown man
He
Shocky.
muted. I
Grown man
couldn't even say
Shocky.
nothing but smile. Like I don't even know if you
on
seen that
on
Joker
that note.
smile come across my face when she said that. Yeah,
I gotta sign off, folks. On that note, sorry to say.
All right, have a good one, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. So good to have you here.
Congratulations again on all your accomplishments.
Thank you, Mr. Witz, and thank you all for being you all, because it's just a joy to be with you all and share this. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich.
And you know something, I'm Gifted and Mr. West. I kind of, when Erica said that her piece was fresh ink, I felt like there needs to be need to have some kind of catchphrase in here for Who's Naked Up in Here, for when somebody has a new piece. Need some sort of catchphrase response.
That's what's up. You got something in mind?
I did not. I just felt like in that moment when she said this is fresh ink, I felt like I'm supposed to say something. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but I was supposed to say something unique to this space.
So the word,
maybe something with naked.
I was gonna say get naked. Get naked or go naked. I don't know.
Wow.
Because the piece is naked. The piece just is born, so it's naked. You ain't got no clothes on or nothing,
Wow, I love that. I mean, let's run with it.
Yeah.
Let's run with it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you, brother.
Naked. Yeah.
I don't have anything else, and I'm sure is my cousin Coach Ja gonna say anything. Y'all are family, so it's like I guess he's a cousin. If you gonna say something.
Ja snuck in on me.
I'm sitting here trying to just let the vibes take hold like they should, because you always got us messed up in here. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, I guess that's it then for now. I guess that's it.
We love it. We love it.
Well, we love you. Thank you for sharing. Y'all show Brooklyn in the house. Erica Floyd, some love
Yes,
on my
yes.
side.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's
Brooklyn.
in the house.
I'm gonna squeeze you in 2
Brooklyn.
days.
Listen, I have to admit though, like Brooklyn, your pen is certainly growing in a way that I can't measure. So you should be very
Who
proud
is it?
of the work you're doing because it's definitely growing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, I'm glad you said that too, bro, because you know when we um found each other during the quarantine, we've seen so many of our artist family grow into themselves, finding their voice and their pen. Um, and it's definitely something that we all feel proud of, and um, we can feel that genuine love that, you know what I'm saying, we see you working um to be great. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely dope. Veteran, are you sharing?
I can.
Okay. We'll get this last artist in and then we'll close out tonight. Everyone, please open up your hearts and your mics and let's welcome Coach Josh Smalls.
Brooklyn,
All right,
Brooklyn.
coach.
Oh,
Let's
I
go,
didn't
coach.
even know I was ready. Let me move to the well, because I can put my camera. I can't put it on where I'm at because the light will blind me. Gonna keep me faded. So let me move to the other side. Hold on. Y'all good though?
Yeah, man, all is well. It's been a beautiful evening. We've met two new family members. Everybody has been, you know, coming with some powerful stuff, some new stuff. Um, it's just been a beautiful night, as always.
Get naked.
I get
What's
naked.
up?
That's right. That's
Let me
right.
see where we at. Okay, I got my light is okay. It ain't as bright as I like it to be, but this is where we at. Let me get this piece pulled up real quick.
Come through with the backdrop, though. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we
It's crazy.
gotta thug it out sometime, you know what I'm saying? Um, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let me jump right in. Hopefully, you know, I'm watching my Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Let me turn the volume down. All right. No, not pause. What are you pausing? Hold on. I got my buttons all mixed up here. All right, here we go. Sometimes it's sweet like rain, those soft droplets of summer or spring, or whenever a lonely loses its footsteps. And sometimes you are simply magic, a hocus pocus to bless me with your treasures. I could never unknow you. Like I could never forget the way daylight claims my new beginning. See, you make it easy to fold a world trying to make me over. I have true heaven with you. All the greens and blues, every flavor you drizzle on my lifestyle. You leave me spellbound. So I love finding your magic, bedazzling like the moonlight in its darkest form. You leave me star-spangled and life-size dreams. The folded fingers when questions taint your smile backward still. I have my life in you. A new day, a spring morning. You turn me into purpose and I hold you close within my milestones. See, I've loved you from day one. You are the soul sister to this perfect Mr. Lady. You are my forever flavor. That's number one. See, I've been fighting this magic for some time, but it's claiming powers I do not have. You are the perfect filling, sweet, and tantalizing like grandma's favorites. So I try to indulge less and support this habit with substitutes that never work, because I am forever addicted. You are forever my reason. So know there's danger within your palms. Just a hint of, sir, you ain't ready, that lives in the twist of your wrist. But I am forever your servant. You are forever my prison. So hold me in the sacred of your fantasies. Roll me in the webbing of your secret gardens. I am only whole when I'm in your pleasures. Trapped in the breeze of your sultry, you made me a classic. So I hold you close like God whispering and bend myself into the tightrope of your fashions. Again, I am always drunk by your love, imprisoned in America's most wanted. I'm stealing away your glory. Hey, this is the American dream. Oh, excuse me, the American lie.
Yes, bedroom. Y'all show some love.
Yes. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Great work.
yeah, definitely great work. I had to fuck with you ending that first piece off with the chef's hand. You had the chef hand, like, the sauce was right. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was on point, man. But always appreciate you, bro. Thank you for popping in, and spreading your joy amongst the space.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think like M.A. Dennis said earlier, it's crazy how the energy transcends. You said something about being a spring love. And I think Wall Poet said something like that in his piece earlier this evening. Um, you missed him, but he was definitely on fire as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
I had to come in late, but I made it.
that part. And one thing I do appreciate about you is I know you go back and you watch the playbacks. So everybody, I hope you will start chiming in on your own works. Sometimes,
As well as others.
as we're sharing, you don't actually see the impact that you have on people, when their faces on the screens, and even the delivery that you express in your own work. You can always go back and snatch that work off and share it on your own page, as an inspiration for people to follow you, as well as join in on this space and sharing the love and support that we have for each other here. So every week the show is recorded and it's posted on my YouTube page. So I do that for us so that we can continue to grow this family. So please go back and visit it. And love on yourself. It's okay to love on yourself. Indeed.
And Which, if I could jump in really quick too, let me say this to y'all, especially those of you who and this don't pertain to you, that's fine. But those of you who are looking to get gigs and get in other places, you'd be surprised how many people are found on YouTube videos, on YouTube links. And it's like, yo, that's the poem I need for such and such and such. And so it helps you get exposure. It's how many in here now? 3, 6, 9, 10. It's 11 of us now. 11 people share it. That's 11 more people that will see it. Right. And who knows from there, but I get a lot of gigs, especially online, virtual gigs. And you'd be surprised what somebody do just by somebody seeing you on a Zoom somewhere, on a live somewhere. So share it, even if you just share your part. I mean, just share it and then mention who naked up in here, and it's all gravy. And you'd be
I would know
surprised.
how to do that. But
Thank
Ja,
you,
your
Nadia,
voice
for
is
being here.
irresistible anyway.
Uh-oh,
It
why?
doesn't surprise me at all. Somebody snatched you up. Like this
Ja,
is
can you
such.
do that
I
countdown
love the
again?
fact that you ended with your voice and your poems, Lord Jesus, Father God. Hallelujah. Anyway.
I've been trying to rock y'all to sleep.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, brother.
You're very welcome.
Can you do the countdown again, please?
What countdown?
The way you were counting the room a little bit ago.
Oh, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11.
Damn, she fine. Let me give it to you one more time, right? Take it like a shot.
We lost.
He had something in store when she asked you to do something.
The thing, let me tell you, one of the things I love about Shaki, because she get you, if y'all not her friends on Facebook, y'all got to get friends on Facebook, because she'll drop some shit on you. You'll be surprised. You'll be like, no, she didn't go there with that. And she does all the time. There's a reggae and dancehall singer, Coco T, who passed, man, and that kind of, yeah, I just saw that today. He passed. I think 75. Very, 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 very well-known artist, Coco T, man, and just want to give him a shout out, show him some love, man. You know, may he rest in a great piece of reggae with some bass lines and you know, all the other good stuff.
Yeah, definitely helped us through our youth, coming into ourselves, man. So big love, rest in peace, Coco T. Definitely fire artist, fire. We grew up with reggae, so I mean, we grew up with in a multicultural community, being in New York, so we had everything around us. But reggae definitely was a major influence, along with hip hop and R&B. So yeah, shout out to that brother. That's a huge loss, huge loss. Yeah, but we're gonna end the night on that. Everyone, again, we have to thank you all for joining in. This cannot be a space without you. Make this your home. Know that we have cots in the back. We have extra blankets. Put your feet up. Take your shoes off at the door. That's all we ask. And before you go in that refrigerator, make sure you wash your hands. So peace and blessings, everybody. I love you all. Continue to share
Love you guys.
space and love with each other.
guys.
And again, when you don't see somebody that you're used to seeing, is when you need to tap in and make sure that they're okay. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Wits. Thank you, Gifted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Have a good night. Good night.
Love you too. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Wild Poet, for being here.